Good afternoon. This is the Profit Professor. It is January 4th, 2017 at 2:11 p.m. And once again, we're starting right off on the RazzletOn homepage, and we're still in the holiday spirit here. I'm going to move right along here. Of course, normally our investment plans and information about the company, multi-level referral bonus system, and I'm just starting to learn about this, so I'll show you a few things today in reference to that. um, and then we've got our little video on Razzleton and investors and the company working together, some information on the company, and then the live statistics. I see we've jumped up to 49,000 accounts at this point. So that's a pretty sizable number of accounts. Newest member. I can't say that name. I'm not going to butcher the name up, but they did a deposit of $600, and our last withdrawal was $12.39. So if we go down here and look, we've got on the high end a deposit of 1,000. We got 600 and 200, 212, and then down on the lower end is the $10, like where I started, which is either end of the spectrum is fine as long as you're turning your money over. And then the payouts are yesterday was pretty high, so today it seems like we're back to normal kind of payouts for, I guess, the average investor, maybe. Not sure. Okay, latest news. Our certificates, information about the company, the social media connections, and then our payment processors down the end here. So if we go up today and we get into the account, today we can see that I have a balance of $213.69, and that pretty much, I have two deposits that were returned to me, so that's why that number is that large. Our earned total is up to 1167.04, which is pretty good. I've got a pending withdrawal there. My withdrawal total is up to 213.96. And then we have the active deposit, which is a little bit lower, below 2,000. But once I return the deposits or whatever I want to do to the active, then that'll go back up, and our total deposits are up to $4,501.06. So what I wanted to do today is to go over to our earnings history, and we can fool around over here a little bit, and you can see a few things, because what I started to notice, that was making things a little bit easier for me, was that I could control what I am seeing, or what at any given point in time. For instance, if I want to look at the deposits that were returned to me, I can just go right here, and the last two that I see right off the bat, this is from the third, but today or earlier today, was this $41.37 and the 127.17. So these were the last two deposits, the 127.17 and the 41.37, that were returned to me. So that's the amount that I think I want to put back in, at the minimum, and maybe some of the profit also. So I have to look at that. But that's an easier way for you to look at your information and control what you're seeing. Same thing here. If I go and I want to look at, um, did I get any bonuses? So I can look at that right quick, and I can see that no, I didn't, because these are the ones from yesterday, the third, that I already accounted for. So I didn't get any new information, any new bonuses today. And then we can also go and look and see. I told you I did have a referral, one referral. So that's a first for me in RazzletOn. And so now you can see that we started out, I've gotten $2.52 from my referral. So the first part was the referral commission, which was $1.47. And then I got, this is, I guess, from their daily profit. I received 7% of that, which is just 3 cents. And then there was another, I guess, deposit maybe that they've made, and so I've gotten 98 cents from that, and then the usual 3 cents from this original money that was put in. And I guess whatever this is, uh, the amount that was put in, I will start getting um, the daily referral earnings from this deposit. So pretty interesting thing there. I hadn't really paid much attention to that or hadn't gotten going in that area, so I wasn't able to see how that works. But I see kind of how that goes at this point. And then also, of course, we can come and just simply see the earnings for this period. So it's been pretty stable, the normal stuff, right? Each one of the deposits gets an earnings every day, 24 hours after, uh, at the same time. So that's just on a 24-hour cycle, and that's what we get. So this is what's been happening, and so you can kind of see pretty clear where we're at here. And this is all from the 4th of January. So that puts us in pretty good position here, and you get to see everything that you, for the most part, want to look at. And then, if you want to compare up, because if you look at the earnings, if you look at your deposits, then you can see kind of where everything is. So these are the deposits that are still left in the system and are receiving um, earnings every day. So that's what we're dealing with here. Is the same. That this is the list, and I will be putting a couple of more of those back in today, and so that will kind of work out nicely, I think. Okay, so I think we can go ahead and go to the deposit, which is what I want to do right now. So if we come over here, I had added up the number. Well, let's go here first. We got to hit beginner still, and we come down, and we're going to go to the Bitcoin amount balance, which is 213.69. Now, I think I'm going to stick with my original plan of putting back in the original deposits that were returned to me on today. I added those two up, and they came out to $170.54. So that's what I'm going to put back in today, is the 150.54. So that is the make new deposit. So I hit that button, and then we come to our usual confirm to make sure that that's the amount you want. You didn't hit numbers that were wrong, and the process just says go forward with that request. We come out with our deposit has been successfully saved, and the next thing that we go to is to hit the account button to kind of see where we stand. So pretty much we see the balance which is left, which is pretty much um, the profit from the last 24 hours, because what I've deposited back was, or put in as a deposit, was the deposits that were already there and that were given back to me. So now you can see this top number, of course, isn't going to change. Depending withdrawals don't change. Withdrew total doesn't change. But now my active deposit does go back up to $2,055.23. But my total deposits now have gone up to $4,671.60. And remember, that is taking into account the external deposits you did from your Bitcoin wallet somewhere, or from one of your wallets somewhere, and then all of the internal deposits we've done when we're putting money, reinvesting money back into our account. So that's where all that's coming from. So with that in mind, that finishes off the deposit for today. This is Profit Professor closing out the deposit for January 4th, 2017, and it is 2:22 p.m.